Well, I mean, just as a sportsman, yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's in any profession. I mean, trash talking is part of the business. You know what I mean? But it's always, you know, a I always looked at it as a sign of respect. When you trash talk somebody, you kind of go back and forth, and it's just part of the game. And there's certainly certain barriers that you don't go into. Yeah, you just keep it. I keep it about the game. You know, you can be as cutthroat and as ruthless as you want as it pertains to the game. This generation is a little different. I don't know if this generation's. I don't know if they're trash talkers. You know, I think it's a different generation where everybody kind of grew up together and. You know, grew up being friends with each other, so it's a little uncomfortable to trash talk each other. But you know, when I came in the league, it was pretty much, you know, as cutthroat as you can get with Michael and Clyde and Charles and Stockton and all those guys. So I don't know. I have to go back to those days. Execute better. You know, you have to execute better. And a lot of times when you hit tough stretches. You become so impatient to try to get yourself out of it that you start missing the little details of the game. You start skipping steps because all you can think about is the end result. And we have to kind of lock down more and get back to the basics of the game. Just strip the game down to its minor details, defensively and offensively. That's been our message. Is particularly as of late. To just get back to just basic things, seeing the ball, seeing the man, getting in the paint, making sure you zone up when your teammate needs help, taking care of the basketball, not giving up second chance opportunities, boxing out, just very basic things. I mean, I feel good. I mean, I've really trained well this summer. Physically, I feel great. So I can play a bulk of the minutes. I mean, there are stretches in games where I just feel, dead tired. And yeah, I got to get a rest at those stretches. And but I recover pretty quickly, and I feel good. Now, I think it's the fascinating thing about social media nowadays is that the fun part about it is that for me anyway, is that you have to have a certain level of transparency. I think that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it enjoyable. If I was a kid growing up and I was watching, Michael and Magic, some of these guys, and they had social media, it would have been much more fun for me to actually hear some of the things that they may be going through, and then how they battle through that. I think that's always the coolest part about being a quote-unquote role model, is that you get a chance to voice those things and be a little bit more transparent. Well, why did I resist for so long? I think because I really just didn't know how it worked or how to do it. And I was too lazy to sit down and actually figure it out. It's like kind of one of those things where you get a new phone and you're kind of reluctant to get a new phone because you really don't feel like dealing with the contacts and dealing with the new phone and learning a new phone and all sorts of stuff. So it's kind of pretty much the same thing. But I got into it. I mean, it's a fun way to communicate with fans, and to be able to have that contact to so many different outlets, in the world with no filter. I kind of look at it as a portal, and it's fun to be a part of.